Island's Claudia Jordan asking you to support a fellow Rhode Islander and check out Remi TV. That's right, Remi TV.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Maya, and you were tuned into Remi TV.
Hey you guys, your girl Tahiri, and I had an amazing time. Shout out to Remi TV.
What's up? It's your boy Slim 112. Hey, this is Remi TV.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Wyclef Jean. Y'all watching Remi TV.
Hey, what's going on? This your boy Rel from NEXT. For the best interviews, local and international, check out my girl Remi right now, right here, Remi TV. Brother, baby. Peace.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Deron from 112 checking in. You already know what it is. You watching Remi TV.
Yo, check this out.
Where
This your boy
positivity
Happy
lives.
representing Infamous Small Deep. And right now you watching Remi TV.
What's going on, everybody? You're watching another episode of Remi TV. Today, I am here with two single dads. They have full custody of their children. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Yes, I go by the name Benson the General. I'm a music producer out of Boston, Mass.
My name is Jared Rocha. I'm a business owner, Rocha Girls Power Washing out of New Bedford, Massachusetts.
Okay. So what do you do, Benson?
So I got my hands in a lot of different things, but I primarily in music production, and I also do artist development, and I also run a DJ agency.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
And how long you've owned your power wash company for?
This summer I opened it around July. So we had 3 months open, July, August, September, around 4 months actually open. And then I closed for November, December, back open in March 1st.
Wow, that's awesome. How many kids do you guys have? How many children?
I have two.
I have 3 girls, ages 7, 6, and my oldest is 12.
Why do you think like conversations like this are not really happening much when it comes to dads? Like, why do you think that we don't, not we, because I do, but why do you think that people don't cater to dads more? And what can we do to fix that?
Well, I think it's one, there's not many fathers that's willing to step up. Especially being a single dad, I feel like it's something we are capable of doing, but I don't think it's not something everybody willing to, face the challenge that brings being a single parent, not just a single dad, but a single mom, single parent. Like this, it's a different challenge that comes with it. So the responsibilities, I feel like some people kind of like shy away from, and because of that, I feel like a lot of us men who are dads don't feel like it's their field, to cater to that, and because of that, I feel like people don't, because there's not many of us that do it. I feel like it's not really a sense for people to talk about it.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. What about you?
Yeah,
What do you
he
think?
kind of took the words right out of my mouth. I kind of just feel like there's not enough single dads that are actually putting in the effort, even if they don't have custody, just to like be in their kids' life. Like,
Right.
Unfortunately, I got friends, family members that do it as well. Like they have kids that they may see once a month or something like that, and that could never be me. So, like he said, I just don't think there's enough of us, and it is hard. There's nothing easy about being a single dad or a single mom. It's bills every month still got to get paid, whether you're single or not. Everything's got to get done, so it's tough.
Yeah.
It's definitely tough.
What's some of the best advice you guys have gotten as a single dad?
Well, the fun part about being one of my experience about being a single dad is like when I take my son to like his friends' birthday parties, and I'm having to be like the only dad there. You get a lot of points. Most out of there, I can tell you that. But just going places with my son, just the smile, the energy that he brings, and it's very joyful to me to see that and to watch him grow. Because I could never be that person to. Because in my situation, like it's either I step up and be a dad, or to see I was gonna take him, and I couldn't see that happening. So
Right.
So there's a lot of great things that comes with it as being a single parent, single dad, and just the parent itself, because the joy of seeing your child every day and raising them is a beautiful thing to me.
That's awesome.
I'd say the best advice I ever got is don't give up, because I had to go to court. I was fighting for like over a year. Every single month I was going in there. She tried to leave with them to New Hampshire, so I had to like find out what the stuff I could navigate around it and how I could get my kids back.
Right.
And so I was just always told never give up and contact every courthouse, when you're trying to fight for custody or everything like that, they got what's called a lawyer of the day. And I learned for them to be my best friend, because I never went out and hired a lawyer because I couldn't afford one. So I'd call them, it's free, you could stay on the phone for an hour, I'd have questions written down, what could I do with this, what could I do with that? And so if I was to give anybody advice that was going for custody or just wanted to be in their kid's life, lawyer of the day.
Wow, lawyer of the day, that's great advice.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that there was a service out there like that.
I didn't even know the lawyer of the day about that too. I went to the TCF, route, but lawyer of the day, that's...
Wow, that's cool. Okay. Can you give some advice on co-parenting?
The best advice I would give as co-parent is understanding each other's boundaries and understanding each other's schedule. Like, if me personally, I run the business, so from Monday to Friday, from Monday to Saturday, I could, if I need to, I could stay home with my son if something needs to be done. 3 years ago, I couldn't say that. I had to leave, because when I was working on 9 to 5, it was a whole different situation, and to the point where I got fired. So like I had to really, adjust to different ways of making money, because the production wasn't really bringing that much. So, so what I would say is understand your partner and have a conversation. Look, okay, if you off Saturdays, Sundays, then that'll be your weekend, or that'll be your day or time, and then the best key is communication. Because sometimes things will happen if you're supposed to have on the weekends and something happen, you gotta let the other person know in advance, not because we all have a life. We all understand things happen. Some things that's outside our control, but communication is the best key, to co-parenting.
I like that. I agree with that.
Right. Communication is key. I'm still learning how to co-parent, if I'm gonna be blunt about it.
And that's okay.
Yeah, because there's certain things that I don't agree with, which I'm sure there's certain things that she might not agree with, that how I parent. So communication is key, like he said, and just to have respect, like everything that happened before, if you ain't together and don't ever plan on being together, push all that to the side and just focus on the kids. Because for the first year, I still loved her, still felt like maybe there was a chance of getting back with her. So like, yes, I was focused on the kids, but I was also focused on trying to get my marriage back together.
Right.
So if you want it to be about the kids, be strictly about the kids, and that's it. And just respect one another's boundaries and everything else.
And do you think that's where a lot of people fall off at, is this they continue to deal with, the baby mothers and the baby's fathers, even though they know it's dead?
Yes.
And then things tend to get worse?
Yes, and not gonna baby mama bash anybody, but there's some women that do keep their kids from their fathers. So that's also another reason why a lot of fathers, they don't want to go to court every single month. They don't want to take time out of work, and so sometimes they make it hard, and maybe the father's girlfriend, they got a new girlfriend that the other girlfriend don't like, ex-girlfriend don't like, so it's just got to be about the kids. Once you have it focused and strictly on the kids, it should be moving smoother. I agree with
that. What skill do you think every dad should have?
Patience. Patience.
Patience and know how to cook, Yeah. I think, because when it comes to I know my son, when it comes for breakfast, lunch, dinner, learn how to make a quick snack, learn how to cook something. Right. Because going to McDonald's or going to a restaurant every day or eat out your pocket.
Oh, yeah. Gets expensive.
So.
There's food at home. You seen that meme? There's food at home.
Yeah. There we go, right. So patient and learn how to make a quick snack real quick.
Yes.
Definitely save you time.
Definitely.
So I have 3 questions, right? Because we all know kids ask the craziest questions.
Sure do.
They ask the hardest questions. So I'm going to give you guys 3 questions that kids have asked, and I want you to tell me how you should respond.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, cool. I like that.
Why did you tell me Santa wasn't real?
Why? That's a tough one. Because most of the times I feel like kids learn that Santa's not real from friends first, from school and from other kids their age, or maybe cousins older than them. and then you just tell them. I mean, I haven't got there yet, to be honest. But what I would tell her is, it's a holiday for little kids to celebrate, and it's that's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
That's hard, right?
That's a tough one.
I mean, as for me, like, I mean, my son, he still believed, there's a sinner, so I'm not there yet, like he just said. But I know for my nieces and nephews and stuff, I told them, like, look, yeah, you're right. Sinner's not real. I'm sinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Your parents, right? That's what I would have told them. Like, so you got to be good.
There's certain things that, like, I get them. Like last year, for instance, I got them tablets. This year, I'm getting them laptops. Them ain't from Santa. Them are from Dad.
Right.
Because I also read a meme like 2 years ago, and it made so much sense to me. It's like, stop telling your kids that they got computers and TVs and stuff from Santa when other kids, Santas can't get them. The TVs and computers and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because not every Santa could afford to get stuff like that. So ever since I read that meme, I'm like, expensive gifts, I'm just writing from me on it. And all the little stuff, knickets and toys is from Santa in his workshop.
Right, okay. Now the second question. Okay. Where do babies come from?
Yeah.
How would you answer that one?
So it's funny because my son did ask that question not too long ago. And you see, he's laughing because he.
His son is here, by the way.
Right. So I told him, when you get older, I'll give you a better answer. But for now, just focus on your cereal.
I like that one. Okay.
I would just say they come from the stomach when mom and dad love each other, and I'll explain to you when you get a teenager.
Okay, I like that one too. I like it. Both had good answers.
Because they've had two sisters since them, so they've seen babies growing in their mother's stomach already, so.
Right. Okay, and the last question is, when can I have another brother or sister?
Never. Me personally, they already know. They got 5 siblings. They got 4 with their mother, and then I got 1 with an ex-girlfriend. So, like I said, they got 2 younger ones, 1 older one, and then they're in the middle. So they've never yet asked that question, and I would explain to them that you guys are enough right now for Daddy.
Right,
if Daddy ever gets settled down again and remarried, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, well, for me, I got that was asked not too long ago as well, and I just told him when you get older, when you're able to babysit.
Oh my goodness!
That's the best answer. That's the best.
Like babysit, I'm like, yeah. So right now, just go to your little cousins.
Yep, that's hilarious. When you're able to help Daddy, Okay. What's the proudest moment you guys ever had being a single dad?
Winning custody for me. When the judge granted me that custody and said you have them Monday through Friday, the mother gets them on the weekends. I waited a year for that. I left the courthouse and cried in my car pretty much.
Right, wow.
I just got goosebumps just now just saying it again because it was just like an awesome feeling.
That's amazing.
Yeah, similar to me, when DCF and the court told me like he's gonna be living with me and papers were signed and stuff. So that was the proudest moment. But also when he told me himself, "Daddy, you're the best."
Aww.
He's like, and he give me a hug. I'm like, oh my, So that's one of those moments like you can't put a number to. So
yeah. And you guys also made a lot of sacrifices. Can you tell us about your sacrifices? And do you think fathers fear asking for child support?
I think if you don't familiar with the system, maybe, maybe. But if you understand how the system works, me personally, it's not something I go after because I feel like you shouldn't have to force a person to somewhat support your child. So me personally, I didn't go that route. But if those are who in that position and choose to go that route, just understand how the system works, and I think you should. If you feel like the person's not not being involved or not providing any kind of support, then I believe you should.
Me personally, I did take her for child support, not from me going there and saying I want child support from her.
I think the state requires
I was getting
right.
benefits at the time, so they was taking money from her for child support. I wasn't even seeing it. It was just going towards the benefits, really. But now that we communicate better and stuff like that, I don't get benefits. So if I need help, I'll say, hey, can you help me out? I need something extra this week. And she'll do it. And I think that's how it should be, because not everybody could afford to have $100 taken out of their check every week, not even because I'm a single dad. She's a single mother with her kids over there. So it's like, it doesn't equal out in my eyes. So I'd rather her be comfortable and stable, and as long as I'm comfortable with the girls, it's stable over here on my end as well.
Right. Okay.
So.
Did you guys ever have like a scary moment raising your child that you was like, oh man, I didn't know, this could happen?
Yes, I have. A couple times. First, his asthma, because like I said, certain things he's allergic to I wasn't aware of. He likes to play when he's outside, and he's allergic to the pollen sometimes, and also certain dogs. So he got home and he started like rubbing his eye, and his eye was like swollen, bubble up and stuff. So I kind of like had to rush. He couldn't open it. So I had I remember that because it was scary. I had to put a wet towel over it till I got to the emergency room, to the hospital to make sure it was taken out. And there was another time where he couldn't breathe because of his allergies and stuff. So that was it was like 4 or something in the morning. He couldn't sleep. He was vomiting. He couldn't breathe. He was like huffing and puffing. So luckily I'm not too far from the hospital. But that was scary for me, because when he's puffing for air and stuff like that. So it was crazy. I had to spend the night in the hospital with that
one. Honestly, I'm probably fortunate enough to say that I haven't had like a scary moment like where they like almost hurt themselves or something like that. My thing still is always checking on them at night, because I don't know if you know, kids sleep so silent and so steady. Like I'm like, she's still breathing. Let me go.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
I heard some really stories like that where the parents just like
you got it sometimes. Like, come on, give me a little sign of my good. Go back to sleep.
That's hilarious.
But like I said, fortunate enough that my kids don't get too sick often. Actually, I apologize because I lied. I had to put both of my kids to sleep for tubes in their ears and holding them while they put the laughing gas on them, and just watching them fall out. I broke down both times, and I'll probably break down a third time if it ever happens. It's just, It's so weird just seeing your kid and your arms like lifeless, like they're sleeping, but they just pass right out, and it's just a scary thing to see. Like.
Right. I know some parents that went through that when it comes to like going to the dentist or something, and they put the laughing gas on them, and some parents have the same reaction as you.
Yeah, it's definitely scary seeing that happen to them.
Yeah. So I want to get into dating. As a single dad, when do you start dating, and what type of partner would you be looking for when it comes to your children?
I started dating probably like 2 years after. 2 years after me, because I was married to their mother. We got divorced. And I started dating, and I've only dated twice in the 4 years that I haven't been with her. And both times was just, I didn't feel it. Didn't feel like it was going anywhere. One of them just wasn't like, she wasn't bad with my kids, but she wasn't the best with her kids. So it was like, dude, is that who I really want to be around 2-3 years from now? And then
That's
I'm not
definitely
home.
a deal breaker.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the last one. The first one, I was into her, and things just didn't work out how I would have liked it to.
Right.
Yeah, me personally, like, I had to change my lifestyle, because my lifestyle before I had my son was crazy. I was living that bachelor life. It was crazy, you know. So, but I had to really adjust, because like I couldn't be bringing different women around my son all the time like I used to when I was living alone, you know. So I had to really prioritize my timing of when and how and who, you know, like he was saying, like, you know, I haven't really bring anyone around him yet, because I haven't really found anybody serious enough. Right. You know, so if I'm talking to somebody, it's like when he's like either in school or with his mom and grandmother on the weekends and stuff. So I try not to bring too many people around him, because that's not what I want him to, you know, to see. So
when it's finally time to introduce someone to your children, what if your child doesn't like that person? How do you handle it? Is that a deal breaker as well?
That's a good question. To me, it really depends on how I feel about that person. You know, if I feel that person is genuinely like care and is a good person at heart, and she's good with kids, then I would tell my son, you know, just, you know, give her a chance, and, you know, we'll go places together just to see the vibe, how it is. I mean, it can be a deal breaker though, because, you know, I feel like if your child doesn't get along with the person that you want to be with, you know, it can create some problems, you know. But
yeah,
thankfully I haven't got to that yet. But I think the best way to go about it is they should go out, all of them should go out together, and just to see how they all vibe, you know. That's the best advice I would give. But I'm not there yet, so maybe I could be wrong.
Right.
You know?
It depends. If she doesn't like them because she feels like she's rude or something like that, then maybe it could possibly be a deal breaker. But as far as it, like, because when my mother broke up with my dad, I was already like 12, 13. So the next boyfriend I didn't like, not because I just didn't give him a chance, you know what I mean? So I would ask them to give her a chance, let them feel her out. If you still don't like her, then that might be a deal breaker at that point, because I'm not going to have somebody always, if they don't feel comfortable, if my kids can't feel comfortable around you, then I'm not going to bring them into an uncomfortable situation.
Right.
And I'm 35 years old, so I'm not just dating for weekend flings, you know, like I want somebody to be in my life and my kid's life.
Right.
So they got to be comfortable with you as much as I'm comfortable with you.
Right. And to piggyback on what he just said, I think sometimes you always got to know, does your child also like that person because she's not mommy, or he's not daddy, or is because of something he or she did to her, or, you know. So these are also the things, because I grew up with my dad, you know, I didn't have my mom, so like I grew up with my dad, and so I know my sister sometimes, like she'll just be like, I don't like her, just, you know, just because that's not mom.
Right.
You know, so sometimes, you know, kids will have that too, you know. So
also, you, sorry, not to cut you off. You don't know what's being said in the other household as well.
That too.
So their mother could be talking down every chance she get about your new girlfriend, whether it's true or not true, and whether it's true or not, your daughter's gonna take that in, and she might feed off of that, and you know what I mean. So it's a tough question, and there's a lot of different ways to go about it.
Is there any advice that you guys can give to other dads who are just now stepping into that role of being a single father and doing it alone?
The best advice I would say, like, trying to get a support system. You know, because yes, we are single parent, but even those who, you know, who have moms and dads together, they still need a support system. You know, I feel like because, you know, things happen sometime, and you do need if you have a sister or a cousin or aunt or a grandmother that's able to help and that's willing to help, you know, allow that, because you're gonna need a support system at some point when it comes to, you know, kids.
Right.
So I would say trying to get a support system.
Yeah, it takes a village for sure.
Yeah, it does, absolutely. My advice would be, again, to, like I said before, just to never give up. It's going to get hard. It's going to get super hard. There's going to be days that you're going to want to give up, not get out of bed, not get them ready for school. Right. Maybe you're depressed, you're stressed, you didn't work that week, or because, believe it or not, guys stress out just as much as women do, and that's not talked about enough either.
That's right.
And single moms stress out a lot, and now I know why they stress out a lot, because sometimes I go through that damn stress. And I have a disease, it's called cyclic vomiting syndrome. So when I have too much stress or anxiety, it like throws me into a stomach flare-up where I'm like, I get in the hospital for days. So it's like, I just try to like take deep breaths, it's gonna be fine, get them to school, go to work, it'll be good, you know, just don't give up, and just be there for your kids, man. Like,
that's right, yeah,
even if you're not there for them all the time, like us, full-time dads, full custody, just be there for them. That's it.
And I would say for you guys, you know, take some time for self-care. do manicures, manicures.
Yes, I do that. Yes.
You know, do something for yourself that's gonna mellow you out, so that after a long day, you could come home and be re-energized and catch up on sleep.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the main thing is sleep.
Yeah,
it's sleep. Sleep's definitely like some of the most stress that I have, because by the time I get home from work and get them together, it's 8, 9 o'clock. I'm putting them in bed. I don't fall asleep till 11. Back up at 5.
Right. Yeah. So you definitely got to get some sleep.
All over again. So on the weekends, I'm a nap guy.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I don't date.
Right.
I'm sleeping on the weekend.
Maybe, you know, when I do a dating show, I gotta have you guys on. We can do something over here, okay? All right? Christmas is coming up, right?
Sure.
So on behalf of the Pink Portal and Bernice Morris, we have some cash for you guys to get some extra presents for the children.
Nice, thank you, appreciate that.
Wow.
Thank you.
Of course,
Awesome.
of course. So
That's cool.
Again, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you for having
us.
me. Yeah.
This is Remi, and you're watching Remi TV, and we will see you guys at the next show.
Take care, everybody.
Check out Remi TV. That's right, Remi TV.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Maya, and you were tuned into Remi TV.
Hey, you guys, your girl Tahira, and I had an